2018 Lake Orion Leadership High School Homecoming Parade, sponsored by the leadership class at Lake Orion High School. This parade is entirely run and organized by members of the Lake Orion High School class. So we want to make sure everyone knows this is kid run, kid produced, and kid put together. You'll notice our lead car coming up down the street is Mr. Jerry Narsh in the 1947 old Lake Orion police car. I'm sorry, 1941 police car. We have a grand marshal of the Lake Orion High School Homecoming Parade this year for the first time in a number of years. Today's grand marshal is a lady named Brenda Zylka. Brenda is the 2018 Lion of the Year. And you'll notice the car that she's riding in was restored by Ron Zylka many years ago. Ron's legacy lives on through our community as a symbol of his hard work and dedication to Lake Orion. Brenda is a dedicated Lake Orion citizen who devotes her life and family to the Lake Orion community. She puts her heart into her Lions Club activities and runs charity golf events, the proceeds of which go to the Lake Orion Police Association and the Kids and Cops program, as well as the Lions Club here in Lake Orion. So as they come up to us in the car, we have Officer Narsh and this year's 2018 Grand Marshal Brenda Zylka in the 2018 Homecoming Parade. Directly behind them we have our Honor Guard. And then of course, directly behind them, the very, very well received and award-winning Lake Orion High School Dragon Marching Band. You'll notice a group of young ladies twirling batons right in front of the marching band. Those are our Lake Orion twirlers. Some of them dressed in their Star Wars garb for this year's 2018 homecoming theme at Lake Orion High School, Star Wars. Again, everybody, let's welcome the 2018 Grand Marshal Brenda Zylka and Chief Jerry Narsh. It's a good day to be a dragon, everyone. A good day to be a dragon. Our honor guard today, led by members of the Lake Orion Auxiliary, American Legion. And we have members of the Lake Orion Leadership class holding our banner today. Everybody say hi to Nick, Harry, and Austin. And our twirlers dressed in their finest Star Wars garb today. And the Lake Orion High School Marching Band, over 200 members strong, led by the LO Color Guard and Performance Ensemble, led by Mr. Mike Steele, the award-winning Lake Orion High School Dragon Marching Band. Banner carriers, members of the leadership class, Macy Knighting and Angel Eisenhart, followed by our administrative team from the board office. Please welcome Superintendent Marion Giannopoulos and board member Birgit McQuiston. Again, members of the Lake Orion administrative staff and board office. Leadership starts at the top, and we thank them for their service to Lake Orion Community and Lake Orion Community Schools. Behind them in the Selenic Ford pickup, we have members of our administrative staff, and the man behind the lens is Communications Director Mark Snyder. Again, thank you, Lake Orion administrative staff, for the leadership they show in Lake Orion Community. And our first elementary school today, the Dragons from Paint Creek Elementary School. Go PC. Directly followed by the Dragons from Carpenter Elementary School. Fire up, Dragons from Carpenter. The future of Lake Orion Community Schools right in front of you. And just slightly behind them, we have the team from Orion Oaks Elementary School. Everybody, a warm welcome for the team from Orion Oaks. Future Dragons in front of us here. Hello, Mr. Tollerton. Directly behind them, we have the team from Stadium Drive Elementary School. Our Dragons nearest to Lake Orion High School on Stadium Drive. And right behind Stadium, we have the team from Weber Elementary School. Our friends from Weber Elementary, future Dragons in front of you here from Weber Elementary School. And some of them in their finest Star Wars garb as well. We love to see a theme. Directly behind them, we have the team from Blanche Sims, our parade hosts today. We lined up at Sims to get ready for today's parade. Lots of Dragons from Sims. We have our first athletic team directly behind them, the running gentlemen and women from the Lake Orion High School cross-country teams. And directly behind them, the boys water polo team. Our boys water polo team. And then directly behind them, we have the gentlemen of the soccer team, freshmen, junior varsity, and varsity soccer players. Next up, we have the ladies of the Dragon Volleyball program, who, by the way, are having a fabulous season. If you haven't gotten out to see the ladies play volleyball, you're missing out. We have some talented athletes here. Next up, we have our varsity golf team and junior varsity golf team as well. Our lady golfers spend their time out on the links after school. Again, our Dragon Lady Golfers and their head coach, Monty Geller, who is a Lake Orion graduate himself. My next group is my favorite, I'm not gonna lie, the Lake Orion leadership class approaching here. This class is 60 students at Lake Orion High School who run and plan all of the events and activities throughout Lake Orion High School. This week we are very busy. Today is our parade. Tonight we kick off with activity night at Lake Orion High School. And throughout the week we have a hypnotist on Tuesday night. You're welcome to join us at Lake Orion High School for that. And we also have our Powder Puff game, our King and Queen crowning, our pep assembly, and then our dance on Saturday night. These are members of the Lake Orion leadership class. And we have two guests of honor today, Queen Amidala and of course Lord Vader has decided to join us today at the Lake Orion High School Homecoming Parade. We thank you for coming all the way from the Death Star, Lord Vader. And next up, we have the Executive Board Officers from the Lake Orion Leadership Class in the car. Jason Donovan and Madison Eaton, co-presidents. Treasurer Courtney Culp, and Community Public Relations Director Philip Angelos. Again, the Executive Board Officers from Leadership. And next up, we have NHS Officers. National Honor Society. Directly behind them, we have our Cultural Outreach Group, Accept and Respect. This group promotes culture and acceptance throughout Lake Orion High School, our Cultural Outreach Group. Next up, we have Oakview Middle School. The team from Oakview. And lots of candy. Again, thank you for joining us today, Future Dragons from Oakview Middle School. Next up, we have the team from Scripps Middle School. And it looks like we've got their football team here. These are the 7th and 8th grade football players from SMS. Go Scripps! Hi, Joey Hogan. Go Scripps! Next up, we have a group of dragons from Walden Middle School. Lots of people here from the NJHS from Walden Middle, and our athletes from Walden Middle School as well. Again, Walden Middle School athletes and National Junior Honor Society. You'll next notice we have the Yoda car. The Yoda car belongs to one of our newest teachers at LOHS. She's a huge Star Wars fan, so much so she has a Yoda car. And she is driving with the Team 302 Robotics program. Lots of neat robotics things happening in our community, and the Yoda car leading them off. Again, our Yoda car and the Team 302 Robotics program. We have robotics at each of our elementary schools, middle schools, and high school. Again, a very large, competitive, winning program from our robotics team, Team 302, our robotics team and their families. They also built a really cool t-shirt cannon for the high school. We're really looking forward to showing that off at the game on Friday night. Again, our robotics teams here, Team 302 from Walden, Scripps, Oakview, and all 6 of our elementary school families. We have a great entry in our parade directly behind robotics. These are our international students at Lake Orion High School. We have students from Vietnam, China, Brazil, Portugal, Norway, and Dave is hosting one of our students. So he is leading our international brigade today, Italy. And we have all kinds of our there's our Poland. There we go. Zuzana jumped in at the end there. These are our international students at Lake Orion High School who are with us this year. We have our theater program here at Lake Orion High School. Our Thespian Society, some of which have busted out their Star Wars garb. But we have our theater program led by director Jonathan Kind and his kids in the theater program. Next up, the Lake Orion dance teams. Many young ladies involved in the dance program at Lake Orion High School. We have our varsity, junior varsity, middle school, and elementary dance teams. Again, the Dancing Dragons from Lake Orion Community Schools. Again, Lake Orion dance teams from the varsity, junior varsity, middle, and elementary school dancers. And directly behind them, with Mrs. Vicki Stringer, we have our Rainbow Alliance group at Lake Orion High School. Cultural Diversity and Acceptance, our Rainbow Alliance group at Lake Orion High School. And our first court today on our 2018 homecoming court, with the banner in front of them, held by leadership members Erica Ginavazo and Crystal Ramos, we have Catherine Manulian and Kyler Carson. Again, the freshman court members from the 2018 homecoming court, Kyler and Catherine. Second up, we have sophomore court members, and our banner being held today by Julia, Ainsley, and Natalie. Our sophomore homecoming court, our members Brooke Woodrum and Brendan France. Again, sophomore court, Brooke and Brendan. And our junior representatives on court, banner held by Kate and Ella. We have our juniors, we have Noah and Molly, Noah Lusk and Molly Finstrom are our junior court members this year, representing their class on the 2018 homecoming court. And now we have our senior court. Senior banner held today by Annabella, Maddie, and Nora. Our first senior court, Michaela Allen and Carson Case. Michaela and Carson are two of our senior court members. Michaela is a varsity cheerleader, and Carson is a member of the track team. Our next two senior couple is senior varsity cheerleader Nina Rossman and senior varsity soccer player Alberto Hernandez. Nina and Alberto are members of the senior homecoming court. Next up, we have Justin Kepler and Sophia Beatty. Again, court members Justin Kepler and Sophia Beatty. And our final couple today is senior Reed Marshall and senior Sydney Gruppenhoff. Again, Reed and Sydney are both members of the leadership class at Lake Orion High School. And Reed's a hockey player. And they are our final senior couple today. One couple is missing today, Nick Weiss and Sophia Kanai, but they are not here today. Next up, we have youth cheerleading and youth football. The future of Lake Orion cheer and football right in front of you. Our youth Dragons play on Saturdays throughout our community. We have a JV green and white and a freshman green and white. Youth football in Lake Orion and youth cheer in Lake Orion. Next up, we have the 7th grade cheer team, made up of 7th graders from Walden, Oakview, and Scripps. Hey, Brady Hogan. And behind them, we have the 8th grade cheer team, coached by leadership alumni Lauren Galasso. But the 8th grade cheer team also made up of girls from Oakview, Walden, and Scripps, the 8th grade cheer team. Directly behind them, we have the junior varsity cheer team from Lake Orion High School. These girls are a very large group of junior varsity cheerleaders, all freshmen, sophomores, and juniors from Lake Orion High School. And finally, the state finalist award-winning varsity cheer team from Lake Orion High School. Lake Orion varsity cheer team consistently attends the state finals on a regular basis with multiple regional and district championships under their belt. We hope to see these ladies again at the state finals this March. And directly behind them, we have the freshman football team. The freshman Dragon football team play on Thursday nights You get a chance to come out and see the boys on the freshman team, they'd love to see you there. Coached by Stadium Drive teacher Dan Dombrowski. And of course, behind the freshman team, we have the junior varsity football team. JV Dragons, coached by former leadership alumni Vinnie Booker. Again, the junior varsity football players. And a huge win on Friday night in Southfield for these guys. Coming into a homecoming game on Friday against Bloomfield Hills High School, the varsity football team from Lake Orion High School. Congratulate these boys for an excellent comeback win on Friday night against Southfield A&T. Coached by Mr. John Blackstock, a teacher at Weldon Middle School. Again, the varsity football team at Lake Orion High School. Again, we thank you for attending the 2018 Lake Orion High School Leadership Homecoming Parade. Please be cognizant of our community and pick up around you whatever you can help with. We look forward to seeing you at the game on Friday night at 7 p.m. at Lake Orion High School. Again, thanks again for attending, and go Dragons!